X-Men, X-Men, X-Men. The Uncanny X-Men. There's always been something about Marvel's Merry Mutants that I've enjoyed over the years, but I always go back to the 90s with the Chris Claremont and Jim Lee run of X-Men, where they had these awesome, stylish, full of pockets 90s costumes. And, well, this came out last year. The Love Triangle pack features the trinity of X-Men characters, namely Scott Summers, Jean Grey, and Wolverine, who have a love triangle thing going. That's why it's the name of this Marvel Legends 3-pack. And I'm going to be doing a review. Hey guys, what's up? Timzster here with another unboxing and toy review. Let's get to it. So as you can see, I'm wearing a Jim Lee X-Men shirt with some of the more notable mutants and favorite characters of mine. And we're going to take a look at some of my collectibles here. We have my X-Men cap with the same logo as this package. And I have the first season in DVD, which I got some time ago in a convention. I love the 90s animated series, which is why I love these characters even more. And here's the old Toy Biz Cyclops from the X-Men Classics line. And if you compare him face value to this other Cyclops with the jacket, you can see a pretty big difference. But this is an awesome figure and vintage. And now, for your showcasing pleasure, we have the Love Triangle pack out of their package and standing before you with all of their accessories. So here's the box, and I'll turn it over. And you can see some data profiling and cards based off the old 90s Marvel trading cards, which I used to collect. But that's not the focus here. We are going to focus on reviewing each of these action figures. And I have to tell you from the onset, they are worth your bucks just to get Cyclops, Wolverine, and Jean Grey in one set. However, for purists who remember the original releases of Cyclops and Wolverine respectively, they had orange hue to the uniforms, and Cyclops here is the jacket version. So you can't just remove the jacket because the arms themselves are the jacket sleeves. There's no interchangeable arms. So what you see is what you get. But for the accessories, with Wolverine, we have battle damaged head and the bone claws, in addition to the adamantium claws. So if you remember, when Magneto extracted the adamantium from his body, he got bone claws. And that's the figure we have here. He has two additional heads, a normal Wolverine masked head, and this funky looking unmasked head, which looks like a kid. Not very Loganish, and he has a creepy smile. So make what you want with it. At least if you want it unmasked, it comes with, the mask, unmasked. You can put this around his neck. That's cool. That's fine. At least battle damaged Bone Claw Wolverine looks pretty awesome. And he's a good figure. If you like Wolverine. But there have been many Wolverine figures. So you have a lot to choose. This is the most generic of the bunch right now. Next up, we have a new version of Jean Grey. Scott Summers' love interest and future wife. And yes, Wolverine's head over heels for her also. That's why this is the Love Triangle pack. These two men are fighting for the affection of this lady. She's a telepath, much like Xavier, but she also is host to the Phoenix Force, the Phoenix Power, which makes her one of the most powerful mutants in the world of the Marvel Universe. She also comes with an unmasked head, or rather an alternate head with her hair tied like a ponytail. I was going to say unmasked head, but that's not necessarily true. She just put her hair down in this alternate head, and she's exposing her teeth. She looks like she's pissed. And this one is actually my default choice for a Jean Grey head, because she looks calm and collected and confident about herself. No interchangeable hands, unfortunately, but it's a good figure. Finally, probably my favorite figure in the set, Cyclops, with his jacket. Now, for those who watched the 90s X-Men animated series, In later seasons, he started sporting the jacket, and it became a part of his default blue, yellow, or orange hue uniform. And this is the look of Cyclops I like the best. Cyclops has no jacket. So putting that there together with this figure, it's cool. What he has though for interchangeable accessories is this one. One style of him wearing shades, and then another, yeah, two different styles of shades and hair. So it's your choice what you want to swap Scott Summers with, which look. For me, I'm just gonna stick with the visor, and he has this to hold his visor with, so you can raise up this arm and then put the stretched out fingers to make it look as if he's readying his ruby quartz visor to fire an optic blast. So let's get to reviewing the rest of the figures one by one, looking at the articulation. Let's start with the best there is at what he does, Wolverine, aka Logan, aka James Howlett, however you want to call him. Yeah, he's one of the most popular Marvel Universe characters, and yes, my favorite X-Man next to Cyclops. So here he is at his default look, the bone claws after you take him out of the packaging. Normal articulation, he has the butterfly swivel here in the arm so you can turn it. He has the ball joint in the neck so you can remove it and replace it with a regular Wolverine head. Now I know what they're going for here with Cyclops too. They're going for the Marvel vs. Capcom looks for these figures, and I highly appreciate that. I've always liked the looks of those characters in those games. So yeah, round one fight. We'll get more to Cyc later. Concentrate with Logan here. So if you're not too happy with these bone claws, you can swap them. So remove and put adamantium hands into Wolverine. When he gets his adamantium back. Alright. This is the look of Logan I am most familiar with. So again, articulation in the neck, ball joint, of course in the biceps, you can turn it, and then there's the hand, interchangeable adamantium or bone claws, of course. He has a torso, and you can move him up and down, swivel here, in the hip, where the belt is, and of course, you can turn his thighs, move it, pivot it, and yeah, the legs, in case you want to give him a nice action pose, which we'll be doing right now. He is the best there is at what he does. There is just one example of what you can do with Wolverine. And eventually, I'm going to be posing this guy together with his fellow X-Men. So let's get to the rest of the figures. Next, we have the leading lady, one of the first X-Men in Professor Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters, Jean Grey. And here she is, how she looks in her default head, which, yeah, she looks like she is ready to kick ass. And much like any other female Marvel Legends characters, ball joint in the neck, no butterfly effect in the arms, but yeah, you can still move them up and down. You can't twist the shoulder areas or move them. You can't. You can throw in the arms. So yeah, no interchangeable hands though. So pity. You can only twist the torso, left and right. Not that much movement in the legs either, but at least you can twist the thighs. Swivel them. And knees, of course, you can bend them. And the legs, you can pivot. So you can give her some sort of action pose if you wish. So in case you want her to look like that. Alright, levitate. If you have other accessories, this will do the host of the Phoenix Force nicely. She's one of the most powerful mutants in the X-Men. There you go. But let's change the head. Alright. This is the version of Jean Grey. That looks good. Yeah. There. Action-packed. Looking very confident and heroic. So she looks good. Let's get to the last figure, her paramour and future husband, Scott Summers himself, Cyclops. And we save the best for last, and my favorite figure in the Love Triangle pack, Scott Summers, aka Cyclops, and Professor Xavier's favorite field leader in the X-Men, and one interchangeable hand which will be used when you want him to look as if he's adjusting his visor to fire his mighty optic blasts. Now, the bomber jacket you see here was prevalent and seen in later seasons of the X-Men animated series. And unfortunately, you can't remove it because the sleeves are a part of the figure's arms. I mean, they're the default arms of this version of Cyclops. Now, if you want the regular one, you can find it still in secondary markets or your retail stores if they still have it. But that was an early release with the orange hue, much like Wolverine. So overall, I won't be changing the head, but I will with the arm. So to give you a demonstration of how I'd like to pose the Cyclops, as if he's adjusting his visor and getting ready to fire the optic blasts. So much like Wolverine, he can move head, of course, with the ball joint, and you can twist this up and down, his torso, left and right. He has articulation in his hands, his arms, his elbows, his knees, and his legs, so you can give a sort of dynamic pose to the leader of the X-Men. I guess I'll showcase one version of his alternate heads here. There you go. Looking very relaxed, Summers, aka Slim by Logan. So yeah, not bad. Of course, I will always return to the default Cyclops battle costume head. And there you have it, 3 of the most popular X-Men in one bundle and pack, aka the Love Triangle pack. I honestly would recommend this to anybody who hasn't started on their Marvel Legends X-Men collection. I consider this the best of the lot, the best of the best. Next to, of course, getting Magneto, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver, and Havoc and Polaris from the X Factor pack. But of course, you can't go wrong with Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Wolverine in one set. Love the box too. I mean, they went all out with the cards. So, if you haven't picked up your X-Men yet and you're looking to start your collection, be sure to find the Love Triangle pack first before hunting down the rest of Marvel's Merry Mutants and Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. And there you have it, folks. X-Men review, and talking about 3 of my favorite characters from the Jimny era, wearing their iconic 90s costumes in the Love Triangle pack. The Cyclops, Wolverine, and of course, the object of their affections, Jean Grey, in the palm of my hand. Definitely worth it. You can still find this at your favorite toy stores and hobby shops. And it's a bargain, getting 3 figures in one set. And in particular, Jean Grey is kind of hard to find in single card, and this is a better sculpt in terms of her facial features. Cyclops may be stuck with the jacket, but I feel with interchangeable hand and interchangeable heads, it's a good bargain. And of course, Wolverine. You can't miss him around, but to have bone claws as an option, with the exception of that funky unmasked head, and then the battle damage head for that matter, that's okay too. This is a good bargain for 3 figures. So, highly recommended. I'd give it a 5 out of 5, even with the minor flaws. Good starter pack for you if you're aiming to complete your Uncanny X-Men and X-Men lineups, whether it's from the animated series or from the comics themselves. And personally, I like the Cyclops figure with the jacket. I played the Marvel vs. Capcom games growing up. He wore the jacket before fighting. Maybe eventually I'll get the one without the jacket with the orange hue. But let's see. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing and review of more action figures and toys. So be sure to follow me in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Sometimes I'm there as TIMZSTER. And if you want to follow me here at YouTube in this video, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more updates when I do more toy reviews, unboxings, discussions, video gameplays, whatever you want, I'll be there. So far, I'm very happy I got to open this. Wait for the next review. This is Timzster. I'll see you guys next time. X.